heat is all over the country. The heat is on when the Sunrisers Hyderabad are batting, and the heat is on when Sunny G is besides you today. So we expect it to continue with the shades of orange. They're just batting teams out of the competition, breaking their own record.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not surprised when you look at, the history of Hyderabad cricket.
That's well said. Aaron Finch, Simon Catchage have played their part with RCB over the years. Just one of the 9 franchises that he's represented.
And Sunrisers.
And Sunrisers too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're neutral party today. Simon, could 300 be breached today with the batting capabilities that both teams had? Because they only fell 25 short RCB in that chase of 288.
Look, I think Sunrisers will definitely aim for 300. The way they're going about it this tournament, the last season when they finished last. So when you look at the way they're playing, they've got the personnel to do it because Abhishek Sharma's in phenomenal form. Prior to this season, they just keep coming. So the way they're structured, it wouldn't surprise me to see them get 300 here.
Such an Australian influence in that team because of Pat Cummins and Travis Head. What are they eating for breakfast, Finchy, to get them to play like this?
Well, it's a good question because in IPL,
which department of theirs really needs to come to the party today?
The bowling department, without a question. I think the fielding all round has been a little disappointing, not just for the Sunrisers. There have been catches dropped, there have been missed fields, which, I mean, the number is.
I mean, mathematically, you're not out of it, Finchy. It's a tough job as a captain when you've only got 2 points on the board, but you're mathematically not out of it. How do you keep this unit galvanized?
like I said, mathematically, and I like how you keep reiterating that because
the mantra and the mindset, we've always known them as a chasing team. If anything you needed to affect today in terms of changes or just changing something around in the batting order, bowling, what would you do?
Well, I thought they showed some signs at Kolkata the other night against KK to pace off the ball.
Maybe Karan Sharma into the side like we saw last time. We know that he's capable with the bat, isn't he? But this is a rivalry you enjoyed. In the last 6 encounters, it's been 3 apiece. Yes, they were humble at the
Today that you change the fortunes for RCB, so come and please play today.
If he comes in today at the expense of whom does Cameron Green sit out?
I think it would be at the expense of Green if that was the way that they went. Potentially the captain as well. Faf, I think if you want to compete with the
At 8, which they would be desperate for that, and they've got 2 lefties at the top of the order, so I think he's got to play. He's had a week off. Just say to him, mate, you're out there tonight, we need some impact for you. You've had a week's break, get out there and play.
Speaking of impact, could we see Mia Magic today on his home turf? Because he's also, Mohammad Siraj, thinking about the fact that the T20 World Cup is just around the corner. And you know that here on Star, we have been discussing who are the players who are getting their visas to go to the US and the West Indies. Who will be those who partner Jasprit Bumrah? Let's take a look. Sixes by number 7. They called it an audacious one. It certainly was special in our memories. Sunny G and Simon Catchage joining us. Speaking of audacious sixes and audacious scorecards, just imagine, Sunny G, that the collective strike rate for Sunrisers Hyderabad batters is 170. It's never happened in 17 years now that we're playing the IPL. Now that is audacious. The fact that they're actually broken today as well.
Well, I think that today are probably going to be around between 35 and 45. This is
I mean, they've just been averaging 15. When you look at the bowlers in every phase, Sunny G, you're going at over 10, over 12 in the last 5. So which is the department that you focus on, because the tournament is almost getting away from you?
I think, with any format of the game, if your fielding is good, that makes a difference. You see all the matches where, the margin of defeat has been 3 runs, 4 runs, 1 run. It's the fielding that has let that team down, the one that has lost, whether it's drop catches, misfielding. And also, I think, the modern day trend of having a shy at the stumps, even if there's no chance of a run out, that has given extra runs, because if the fielder is in the deep and there is no backup, there's that 1 run that has been taken. But these are the things, little things. Cricket, bat, ball, things you can't do. This is very much in your control. And therefore, I think, that is the area that teams really need to look at. You can talk about bowlers wanting to bowl Yorkers, bang the ball in, slow bouncers. All that can be done. But today, batters are waiting. They are anticipating. A lot of the bowlers have been found out. Like, I mean, Mohit Sharma has done a fabulous job for the teams over the years. But since last year, this year, look at it. They know fast, slow, fast, something like that. So they're waiting for that short ball and they're waiting for that. Yesterday he went for 31 runs and the highest ever score, because now batters know exactly what to anticipate.
Well, speaking to both of you earlier, you seem to think that RCB's play into their strengths. So if you get
Just change it up, because what can't get any worse. But they have to be prepared to take risks at some point in the tournament, and I think that starts tonight by winning the toss and batting, or if they lose the toss and you just suck it up. But if you win the toss, you have to look to bat against Sunrisers and put some pressure on the Sunrisers batters chasing a total.
that's a lot of questions of Virat, the Rohits, and the fastest. So growing up, where did you play?
Yeah, you'll put it 2 stumps up on the beach, on the grass, or in the backyard, and just if you hit it over the fence, it sticks out.
Who did you play with growing up?
Everyone. High school, and you're 16, 17, 18, and they go, it's time to go to sleep. We would make visits to going to sleep, and we'll organise a game in the bathroom.
You and AB went to the same
We
hospital.
were roommates, yeah. We were roommates.
Oh man, imagine two of South Africa's greatest grew up with. You guys know that story?
Also RCB.
RCB.
Also RCB.
But you know what? Never together. What would you have given to see Faf and ABD together for
I
us?
would trade Maxwell.
RCB get to maybe 80 at least, if not more. Because that's the kind of platform, if you give maybe 80 for 1 wicket, and he's capable of doing that. We've seen that, that bottom hand flick for 6s that he hits is just incredible, because they're being hit of good deliveries. They're not being hit of, loose deliveries. They are good deliveries, the bowler is entitled to think, hello, that was a good delivery and shot for a 6. And then, of course, the inside-out shots that he now plays. So if he, as far as, whether batting first or chasing, Kohli is going to be the key to it.
Between both the openers, whether it's Faf du Plessis or Virat Kohli, if you had to decide right now before you walked out there and say, you know what, one of us needs to stay through, who's doing that job for you?
Well, I think that comes down to how you both start. It's very rare that you walk out and both openers get off to an absolute flyer, for a couple of reasons. One, it might take you a few more balls to get going, and if someone does get off to a flyer, they generally face more of the bowling inside the power play. So I think that's something that they have to be really
of you, because he's scoring at such a phenomenal rate. You also get inspired by that. You also, say, look, he's doing it, even I can do it. I have the capability, I have the big shots. And sometimes, it's a matter of just shedding your inhibitions. And maybe all these years, Abhishek Sharma did not have the confidence to shed that little self-doubt. In Travis Head's company, he's just, flowering. I mean, you can see that, he's just playing some incredible shots. And that's why.
Plethora of power that both these teams success, we could see a battle of 6s. Karthik, and now he's back in the conversations, in the reckoning when it comes to the T20 World Cup as well. He played an absolute blinder against Sunrisers Hyderabad. It may have been a losing cause at the Chinnaswamy, but it got him a standing ovation, and that will be confidence going into this one.
Dinesh Karthik, thanks for your time, mate. 251 runs, close. That's a great sign as a leader, as a captain, to say, you know what, the team needs it, the game needs it, I'll be the man to do it.
Leader versus leader would be our charge battle. Pat Cummins versus Faf du Plessis, because he did extract Tasu to the previous.
Well, he very rarely misses out whenever he plays here, no matter what the format. So I think that's a great opportunity for him to bat first, assess the conditions, and then really look to up the ante. And I mean, he's such a great player. He can do it in all conditions. He can do it anywhere in the world. So don't be surprised if he's wearing the orange cap at the end of the season. And that strike rate, it's higher than what we've seen in the past, striking at 152 this season. So with that comes a little bit more risk. So that might mean that there's slightly more inconsistencies at times. But, I mean, you can't doubt what the man's done with the batting hand.
The last time he was here against the Sunrisers opposition as well, he did score 100. The fans remember that. Batting first, he won't mind the opportunity. Gavaskar joining us here. We spoke about intent in our pre-show. About need here on their home turf with Simon Katic and Sunil Gavaskar joining us here. We spoke about intent in our pre-show as well, the intent you need to show against the might of Sunrisers Hyderabad. Virat Kohli started with it. How do you take on controlled aggression then?
Yeah, there's no doubt he lost impetus.
I think if he had left it, it would have been called a wide. But he was so intent on looking to get that actually said that look, that's over. Got RCB that momentum, which for some reason that they looked as if they had got stuck in quicksand and they were just not able to do anything.
You look at the rotation of bowling from Pat Cummins in the power play, tried to them who strike over 230 in the power play, just coming off a 125-run partnership in the power play. My God, what do you... On Amul Cricket Live with Sunil Gavaskar and Simon Katic. So when you have a look at all the things that we discussed in our pre-show, you said, okay, win the toss, bat, put them into chase so that they'll be under pressure with scoreboard pressure. Make sure you score 200 plus. Pick up wickets in the power play. Check to everything. Coming into this game, they had taken just 7 wickets in all the games they played in the power play. 4 in the power play against the most explosive batting lineup.
From game to game, but I think tonight highlighted that they probably, as Sonny rightly said, they didn't quite reassess, what the conditions were like. It just started to hold a little bit. There was a little bit of turn, and that's where RCB had a better balanced team tonight with Khan Sharma in there, and Swapnil Singh had a good night as the impact sub. Got a big wicket of Markram. Yes, it was a full toss, but he got the wicket. And then getting class in the way he did was superb. Took a little bit of pace out of the ball, just been hit for 6, and he responded beautifully. Everything you say about impact sub,
Yes, I know people will talk about Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma because you're that confident. You recognize the situation. The situation meant that here is a bowler who's been rattled by those 3 sixes. Let me capitalize on it, and that's what he did. And that's why I think he gets the Player of the Match award, because he turned the game at that stage. If that over hadn't taken place with those 4 sixes, maybe RCB would have ended up with 190, just 15-20 run short, and that might not have been enough.
And that's what they were targeting anyway. When we're talking about strike rates, though, if you think about it, almost like a tale of two halves for Virat Kohli. The way that he started with that aggression in the power play, was it just...
In isolation and say, yes, it dropped. But as a partnership, it worked really well, because the last thing that you want when you're on fire is to be stuck down the non-strikers end a lot. So he did the right thing in getting Patidar up there as quick as possible. Virat
is also the first to cross 400 runs this season, that his 4th 50-plus score. But Sunny G is a legend for a reason, because at the start of the show we said, what is the department RCB need to work on, batting or bowling? He said fielding. Asian Paint super saves in the field today.
And track the ball over your shoulder, so very, very good catch and good all-round performance. And even right at the end there, Will Jacks diving on the boundary. It was a half chance, but he still had a crack at it. He still dived, worried about your teeth, and the game's probably already done. So that just shows a real commitment to the cause tonight.
I really enjoyed watching Cameron Green's reaction to that catch, and enjoyed, all of us do. Every time Virat Kohli stepped anywhere in the boundary, you could hear that sort of memories. But it's the energy. When you're sniffing a victory, travel to Hyderabad, it's not a long flight, it's about 55 minutes as well. It was longer for Aaron Finch because he did a round, but that's another story for a different day. We'll take a breather when we put pressure on them, saying that we've got a few points on the board. KKR have been one of the teams that have just been divine. Again, playing at home, coming with the Punjab team coming with a plethora of problems. We still don't even know Shikhar
around the nominated captain for the season, and Shikhar Dhawan's been an outstanding player in the IPL for so many years. So him not being there to lead the team from the front with his batting, he sets up games so often. But him not being, the fact that they know that if they don't win this one, come to the 9th or the 10th game of the tournament. We've got a couple of wins, but we win the next few games, we get to go into the playoffs. But if Punjab lose tomorrow, then that's it. And KKR will... But then they'll be interested in being at the top of the points table.
It was a close one for them in their last game. Since it looks like the trend has changed for you and your predictions are coming right now, everything came right today.
Yep.
You want to make a prediction for tomorrow?
KKR are just playing too well as a unit. I think Punjab have got some holes in their side at the moment. They're not firing as a unit. Their internationals need to get in some serious form with the bat, so KKR for me.
KKR, right?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it is. We join you tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Amul Cricket Live. Gentlemen, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us
Pleasure.
and keeping us company. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.